Hey everyone, time for a special geocache talk tonight. As we like to call it, it's a point five show, 87.5. Whether you're at work, in the car, wherever you are, we hope you enjoy the show. Please give it a like, subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, Pocket Cast, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, and now Spotify, so you can get all the weekly geocache talk goodness. Well, let me start by welcoming my co-space explorer, Jesse.
Space Explorer, huh?
Well,
Good evening.
something. All right, we're jumping right into show 87.5 for
If nobody read the title, that's going to really start off really weird.
right. For February 28th, as we talk about planetary pursuit and some other cool announcements. I didn't know how to put that. So that's what we're going with. Some other cool announcements is what we're doing. So 28th. So this came out. Well, Planetary Pursuit's been out for a little while, but we didn't have any information on it.
Right.
And there's people who are doing all kinds of speculations. And which is great. That was kind of the point, is to build some excitement around this.
Mm-hmm.
I had a note today that somebody was trying to get they weren't very happy about the fact that they were trying to put together a vlog about this, and then all of a sudden, poof, this pops in. It's like, oh, well, that does kind of ruins their. That's like, hey, it ruins ours too, because we're trying to get focused on Gigastock.
Yeah.
Right now we're going to stop and talk about this. Actually, works out good because we want to talk a little bit about. We're going to talk a little bit about Texas Challenge, Moga, GeoWoodstock, some other stuff. So it kind of works out. It worked out perfect. So.
Well, yeah, and it gets us back on track for the weekend, and
Yeah. No, you're exactly right. So
and people may not have heard about this yet.
They may not have. What was your first thought when you heard about that they were announcing stuff?
I'm glad they're trying more promotions. I'm glad they're trying different things. And I wasn't sure, like, when you first notified me of it, I didn't know exactly what you were talking about. And there's emails and stuff too, but
I thought it was interesting that the reason I sent that is that Rock Chalk sent out a note to podcasters and vloggers and different people that are kind of, I guess, sort of, it's now the group of influencers, and now we're part of that group of influencers. And so I got it, and I was like, I probably shouldn't share. So I shared part of it, and then our buddy Land Monkey, he just dove in. It's just, he posted the whole thing. I was like, well, he's probably right. I guess we could post the whole thing. I mean,
they're not giving out top secret information.
No, they weren't. But I was trying to be careful about it. But that's fine. Land Monkey dove in and just like, well, if he does that, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I might as well do it too.
I think that's what he wants to do, right? I mean, that's what geocaching wants us to do, is let people know about it, so people can. And, they can't build any more excitement than having a big clock counting down.
That's right. That and all this. Yeah. So
which we're at 18 days, 9 hours, 55 minutes, and 50 seconds so far.
It's counting. So they provided, obviously people saw the blog. They were trying to do something that they've done previously, which is to let the premium members know ahead of a little bit ahead of time. And then I don't know if that really worked for them, because once people start sharing it, this has happened before, where they basically, they try to let the premium members know. Of course, premium members just go share it, and then everybody knows. So it's kind of,
but they still got it first. Premium members. What do you think about that?
There's no way to really stop the premium members from just sharing it. So I don't know if that's.
No, but what do you think about them releasing it to premium members first?
Oh,
I like it. I think it's a good courtesy to do for people that are, contributing money to the game.
Yeah. In a sense, we kind of did that, because the first thing I did was I posted a note on to patrons.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first note, was sent it to patrons, and then I was going to wait and turn around and send out more later. But of course, like I said, our buddy Lamlick jumped in there, and so I just shared it all. But yeah, that's their bread and butter. I mean, that's who's paying. We pay the bills. I mean, us and the people who buy stuff, right?
Yeah, and I like that model, right? So now if it's spread out from them, so let's say that they want it to be spread out from the premium members. Well, that's then word of mouth. So they created a word of mouth, even though it's word of email, but
right.
So now it's people talking about it or spreading it or sending it to their friends or whatever. So I kind of like that way. It comes to the premium first, and then they have to be excited enough to spread it. Well, if they are, then that's how everybody else is find out about it until they release it. So that's good. It's always good when you share the information too.
Yeah, yeah. And there was a lot of tweets. I mean,
that builds your excitement right there.
Twitter started blowing up on, everybody was sending out stuff. And so, I agree. Now, here's one of the things we're going to talk about tonight, which is, does the hype match what we got?
Before we pass judgment on that, let's talk about what it actually is.
That's true. And
so it's promotion.
Keep an eye on. I'm gonna keep it. We'll both keep an eye on the chat room. Thanks.
Okay, I actually don't have it, so you're gonna have to man that.
Oh, I've got it. Yeah, Aussie Geocachers in there. Coon and Bud, lots of Zlork 0122, Jeff Prindle, Ryan is always in there. Good man. We'll see him, and we'll talk about that here in a few minutes. But Aussie. Well, it's probably the same time. It's going to be Friday afternoon. Is that right, Craig? Oh, well, he'll tell me in a minute. Go ahead. Kendall put just go find 100 geocaches for the basic points. Do the math. Well, that's true. Aussie Geocacher had plans to go and get 55 puzzle caches in one day. That's over 800 points.
There you go. That would get you everything. But
sorry,
we're skipping ahead. So the promotion though is, and it's tied into the planetary pursuit and the space, and we don't know exactly how they'll roll that part out as far as the branding for it and everything else. But you've got to get X number of caches in some combination to get different levels of souvenirs.
Yes,
that's the basic promotion, right?
Well, that, and of course they want you to buy some stuff.
Well, with every promotion, there's going to be some swag, theme swag. And I've got to guess that a lot of people buy that.
No,
I don't typically buy much of that, but I've bought some of it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking people have to buy a good bit of that because, especially if you're earlier in the game and that's the first one you've done, you're going to buy some of that stuff. Like back when they did that August promotion where you had to get all the different types and.
Yes.
I bought some of those coins and stuff. Yeah.
I bought the coin from that one year when they had the 7 types.
Yeah. 7 types. That's what it was. The 7 types of August or something like that.
Yeah.
I got 2 or 3 of those coins and path tags and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So no, I'm perfectly good with it. I'm just saying though that there's.
Yeah, I think that's the normal model now, though, right? We can expect that every time they're bringing out a new promotion, there's going to be a new themed set of swag items to go with it.
Yeah, I mean, Mary Hyde was interesting. Now, I don't know. We don't know yet. With Mary Hyde, they gave us another sort of bonus in the fact that if you did all of Mary Hyde, you got the trackable.
The trackable number, yeah.
Right.
You just got a trackable number, right? Not a digital trackable number.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I think so. I think that's what they sent me.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there was an actual trackable to it. That would have cost them a lot of money.
Yeah, probably you're right because it's a lot of people.
Yeah. So I like it. So that's not a bad. So they're starting to build this, I don't know, package of promotions. Mm-hmm. So they're making money off of it. They're promoting it out first with patrons, and the souvenirs you're having to earn them. I like what they're doing with the souvenirs, right?
Yeah, I mean they're making it. They're making it.
It kind of got to where souvenirs were kind of lame for a little while. They were doing too many of them. So they backed off a little bit. Now you have to earn them by doing something. I like that better because I think the souvenirs are really neat. But I've got 150 or something of them. So it got to where I was like, well, that's not that special anymore.
Yeah.
Now if they're doing these, you have to really do something to earn it. I like that model. I'm not bad with that.
No, and one thing that's interesting about the model of like they have this time, where the 9 planets in each planet, you have to get more points, is basically what you're talking about, Jesse. Is you wanted some of it to be hard, but yet you don't want to alienate those that don't want it hard.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up, because that is exactly what I was going to say. You can go out, and I think this has already been chatted about in the Twitter, Snapface, Chatverse, Facebook stuff already, but you could easily just go out, hit a power trail based on the scoring, and that's on the blog, so people can see that or whatever. And you could just get a power trail of 100 traditional caches, and you're done. But that's not very fun. They added a way for people to do. I mean, it is for some people, right?
Yeah,
that can be a way for fun.
Sure.
Now ranking where I go is only 5 points. They almost had me on this one. They messed it up with that part. But anyway,
at least they added it on the list.
I mean, it's even listed, right? I don't think you can get 100 webcams anyway. We only have 113 in America left, so you're going to have to go overseas, apparently.
See, that's where they should have webcams should be worth 100 points.
No kidding.
You only have to find 5 webcams, and that's what they should have done.
But they added different tiers, right? So you do a little bit, and you get, and I forget what's the first one.
Earth is 5 points.
5 points. So if you even breathe any geocaching at all in this time, you've got your first souvenir. You got your Earth souvenir.
You got Earth, and then they go. It goes 5, 10. Venus is 10. Mercury 20. Mars 40. Jupiter 65, and then it starts to really. It starts to ramp
200,
up.
Yeah.
100, 200, 300, 500. And then, of course, we don't know that if you get 9, you get the 10th. Obviously.
So it looks like 10 souvenirs total, 9 and then a bonus if you get them all.
Yeah, 9 and a bonus. Yeah.
So I like it. It's kind of a scaffolding effect of you have to do more and more to earn more. It's not just, flat out.
It does ramp up, which is good. Although it's kind of weird. It goes from 20 to 40 to 65. It's fine. I mean, I'm not going to pick about stuff like this.
No, I like it, and of course there's going to be people that say, I can't do all this.
Right.
Well, you don't have to. It's not an all or nothing deal. Right. You get 6 of them and hey, that's great. You got 6 new souvenirs. There will be some people that'll say, this isn't enough. I want more. But I think this is a good step into going beyond what they did with Mary Hyde.
Yeah.
Right. So somebody up there is figuring something out well, and I like this promotion so far. Now there's, I could always complain, why do they even include Earth caches or something like that? But I like it so far. I think it's a fun way to step things up.
Yeah. Some things
for that part of it.
Yeah. Some things mentioned in the chat room. Craig, the Aussie geocacher, he put in there, he liked the idea of clans versus, the friend league versus friend league, and keep track of that,
Now you're talking the next part of it, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull up the chat room on my
it's 1 p.m. and it's 1 p.m. in Australia, so it's March 1st there, so apparently March is going to be there. So, but one of the things that you're talking about the points,
right?
And people are kind of we know that people are going to have fun with pick at it. Well, not really pick at it, but just have some fun with it.
Well, we're cachers. We figure puzzles out for right. A hobby, right? We're gonna destroy anything they come out with.
Yeah. Brylang had some fun things we were having fun today talking about it on Twitter, but he came up with the idea. You could, was it 154 times you could drop a trackable, and
125 wouldn't it be?
Yeah. Land Monkey was like, I'm not liking this post. It's like it was supposed to be for fun, to comment about that. But I mean, we all know that this is kind of it's got some inherent issues, but then geocaching is not like other games. Geocaching, I could claim I found a cache right now, and
right.
I mean, what's the point of cheating in the sense of that? I mean, I could go claim I found something. Other the CO may delete my log eventually, but
You'd still keep your souvenir.
I would keep the souvenir.
That's right.
But that's not. I mean, and I know people have done. Oh, well, what happens if I claim an Australian cache? Oh, I got the souvenir. Well, how do
Yeah.
I get rid of it now? Didn't you say you had one accidentally?
Yeah. I early on, I typed one in and I switched two numbers, and I saw it almost immediately when I was typing in because I'd found a bunch that one day, and I had like Prince Edward's Island souvenir. I was like, oh crap, because I immediately went back and deleted it and switched it to the right cache.
Yeah.
And you couldn't delete it. So I've got it hidden on there, but I think you can I think now you can send an email to Groundspeak to get them to take it off of there for you, but I don't even care enough to do that really, to be honest. But it was just kind of weird.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the point structure I think is good.
Yeah.
There's no point structure that they could come out with that we couldn't pick apart or find a way to manipulate, or people wouldn't cheat or something, right? So it's a good, friendly point structure, even though, I would rank them probably differently if I was going to do it, but then you would probably rank them differently too if you just got totally to pick. So,
would. Now, one thing that I do want to, I wouldn't say pick at, but I found interesting, and I don't know, because I'm on board with this. I want people to think I'm bad mouthing. I was on board with Mary Hyde too. I'm on board with this, but I still wonder about this, because I started thinking about this today. It's like, okay, it says, the note on geocaching.com says activate your friend league to keep track of scoring. And I thought about this earlier, and I thought, wait a minute, I don't really need a friend league. I mean, all the points this time are just points I have to get.
Right. But it is the scoreboard.
It's the scoreboard.
So that's really the scoreboard that's helping you keep up with it.
So it's not really a friend league. It's the scoreboard.
Right. So what do you think could improve the Friends League then? And I think they will on a future promotion. That's what I'm hoping for. Yes. But I think this is another step. They have a realistic goals for some people, some that are out of range for other people, but something that's going to give a little challenge to others too, right? So
absolutely.
That's a step in the right direction. I've got my opinions on the Friend League. What do you think?
My thought is, I think I mentioned to you right before the show too, is that I don't want them ruining the fact that I like having the friends I have, because I use it more like, hey, I need to send a message to somebody. I don't know if they're, I may not be a Facebook friend with them, but I know but I want to send them a note about geocaching. So I'm trying to figure out, and so I just immediately, I know they're a geocacher, and I'm going to ask, pretty much usually it's like a geocaching question. Maybe not, but it probably is. I'm going to go send a message. Now, what I think they should do is create, I don't know, maybe a posse, or I don't know, some kind of term. And like you said, you came up with the idea that you can only have 5 in your group, your competition group.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
So yeah, that would be the next step for me to really make this Friend League a usable thing. The friends page is good, but I mean, I've got tons of them on there because we connect with tons of people, right? Yeah. We see people all over the place, and if somebody sends you a friend request or you do it, you're not going to say no. I mean, like, why would you? No, I'm not going to be your friend on geocaching.com. That wouldn't even make any sense, right? So you have tons of people that you picked up over the years. So now but you may not have seen them again in a long time, right? Or somebody you connected with one time, but that could populate your friends league. One way to do that would be if you could set up your own little team, like you select out of your friends, okay, it's me plus 5 other people. As long as you both agree, you're on a team together.
Yeah, and you can't be on 2 different
competitions, like regional competitions or whatever else.
Right.
And that may be too far down the competitive route, but I think they're going in the direction where they could. Like, you don't have to select. It's either auto-populated or you select a team and you're part of a team.
Yeah.
Now that leads to a whole bunch of different stuff, right? There's a lot of things they could do with that. So, and I think they may be working towards that now with this newest promotion.
Yep.
Because I don't think everybody's going to finish this one.
Oh, no.
Whereas before it was pretty easy. I mean, you almost had to not cache to not finish it. This one is, you actually have to go out and plan it out and do something.
Yep. Yep. Um. Okay. Yep. Any other thoughts on Planetary Pursuit?
I'm gonna say
We skipped.
it. The only weird thing is, and I'm sure they'll reveal kind of why. There'll be a reason to it with space related stuff. You know, why like traditional, like a virtual and a webcam are worth 5 points, and they're really pushing mystery and earth caches. I don't understand why they're doing that, but whether they have a reason for it or not, I kind of like it because it's just it's different levels of stuff. So maybe they did it by, I don't know, more. No, they're not really more common because there's not definitely not more earth caches than virtuals, but or webcams, but
here's my
stepped
thought.
Up is pretty good.
Yeah, here's what you think about this. They're doing this in the spring, and they did Mary Hyde last year. My thought is we're going to have at least one more of these, whether it be in the fall. Maybe they're going to do spring, fall, and do another one of these kind of. I wouldn't say competitions, but they're another promotion, and they split them up enough that they've got time between the two to kind of sort of regroup and do another. That's what I'm thinking. We're gonna have two. We'll have two this year.
I could see one around August or so.
Yeah.
Give them time to evaluate this data, see how people responded to this. And I hope people jump on this and do well with it because it's. I mean, you know, for a while it was getting pretty stagnant, right? This is one of the newest things they're doing. These promotions like this, it's not just some blank promotion. There's actually some stuff you have to get out and do. That's great. If they continue on this route and start building this up more, so there's more of a game aspect to it other than just the solitary thing, it just adds a new. People don't ever have to do it if they don't want to. It's optional, right? You're not losing anything. Go out and do it if you want, but it adds another facet to the game, which I think is going to be important, right? Because virtuals aren't coming back out. They came back out for one-time promotion.
Temporary.
Webcams are going away. So we're shrinking that side of it. So we got to add more gameplay to it. So I like it. I'm pretty happy with it right now. There's some improvements to made to the friend league that could happen, but I think you can't do that all at one time because that would not go well, right? So I think this is a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, we'd all like to see, you know, another, I don't know, add another whole layer of difficulty in terrain, or they need to add another cache type, but I mean, that's kind of wishful thinking, I guess.
Well, and throw this out there too, right? So if they do continue this is the easy part all the way up to the hard part. If something on the hardest level of it is actually difficult and hard,
right?
I'd be more apt to jump in and buy some souvenir and swag for doing it because I did it and other people didn't, right? So that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think in the past they've been really, we've talked about this before. I think they've been very leery of doing something hard because they have such a vast group of people who are in various levels.
Right.
But I like the idea that you're talking about, which is if you want to do level one, do level one and enjoy level one. Do you know, make it and go all the way up to level 5 or something. If you want to be like Jesse and, you know, Craig and, you know, and Sodak Zach and different people, you know, who are out there, a little bit crazy, a little bit got that look in their eye, like, you got to do whatever. You got to do 5 5s in one day. I don't know, something crazy.
Nice.
Make it all 5s, but
that's right.
Then put that out there and make that a different little level or something. I don't know.
Right.
So anyway, all right.
All in all, a good promotion.
Yes, I agree.
I think so.
I'm looking forward to it. Somebody mentions like when's it start? 18 days, and there's a countdown. You can always take.
That's right.
Okay,
we'll have to update how we are doing on that too on the show.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Once it starts for sure.
Once we start. Yep. So we got some other special announcements we want to talk about. So Jesse, I'm gonna let you start with the first one.
Well, our propaganda show from last week worked. So I totally changed my mind, and my chief financial officer gave us permission to go down and visit the Texas Challenge.
Woo-hoo!
So I think it was the Jazz and Donuts that sold it finally.
There you go.
So yeah, we get to
Perfect.
go. So
And ice
I get to
cream,
go
but-
join Gary and the whole podcast part of it. We'll be
Yeah.
live at the Texas Challenge.
We'll be
Oh,
live. We'll
sorry,
be
I just got an update. It was the food trucks that sold it.
the food trucks.
Yes.
Yes. A lot of
So-
cool stuff.
I'll get to come down there and we'll get to do some caching. And I think we'll that first day we come in, we're gonna get some good caching under our belt.
Yep.
Get some lab caches.
We're going to be at the Friday coffee. So if you want to see us, definitely come to the Friday coffee. We will be there. Also, we'll be there for other things too. But that's our first official because you're coming in really late on Thursday night. So that's that's our
Friday
first Geocache Talk appearance will be at the Friday coffee.
We hope to see everybody there.
Yeah, definitely
Please come up, say hi. We're gonna be running into people anyway, and it'll be great.
Absolutely, and we're we'll be setting up a table on Friday afternoon is when they all the vendors will be setting up tables. We'll be setting up our table like we did last year. Come by the booth. Get a button if you've never gotten a button, or just come by, shake our hand. They're probably, I don't know if they're going to do the scavenger hunt, kind of like they did last time. Jesse was very popular during the Texas scavenger hunt.
I did have an item that was on the list, so
yeah,
that was helpful.
There was others there that had the human trackable.
Yeah,
because you are trackable, and so
yes.
But word got out, and so which worked out great because we had all these people coming by the booth and like, I heard you're trackable. It was like, hi, we're with Geocache Talk. It's like, I don't care about that.
I don't care about that. Yeah,
just sign my scavenger hunt. And I can get on my way. I don't care about Geocache Talk. That's something else.
That's funny. So that's good. So we'll get to go to those two things, and then of course Saturday is the big event.
Saturday, the big event. And there's a lot of cool side events. Well, and Friday night will be as the jazz event is Friday night.
And I got to go get that magic donut you were talking about too, wherever that was.
Yes.
I didn't think that was going to be a reality, but I'm going to get one of those.
It's outside of Tim Love. If anybody has heard of Tim Love, very famous chef. Outside of one of his restaurants.
I'll be there with my $12.
The back side of the restaurant, you hand them 12 and they give you a donut. So it's really cool.
No, the $4 for each donut.
All right,
but I'll be there with my $12.
So. It's $12, absolutely.
I need 3 of those different flavors.
Yeah. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to the lab caches. We'll be out there on. I think probably find someone. Obviously on Saturday too, but those are always fun. I love lab caches. I mean, they're kind of quirky, but that's kind of some of the fun of that. So,
yeah, the lab caches. Obviously, if you're going to Omega, you got to do the lab caches. But as we go out and do lab caches and other stuff, if anybody's still on, we're gonna be checking in with Periscope. So we'll be trying to do a lot of it. We don't often get to cache in the same place at the same time, so we'll be doing a lot of check-in and. Checking in on with Land Monkey on our podcaster challenge, letting him know we take it seriously. Yeah.
Land Monkey, he threw down the gauntlet to all the podcasters and said
he did.
Got to find 1,000 this year, and so we're gonna give her. I mean, you won't have any problem with that. I'm going to give it my level best. I'll tell you what though, I will definitely find more than I did last year. I'm going to try to double it.
You're doing pretty good this year so far.
So far, so good. Yeah, found another cache today. I'm trying to, at least at lunchtime, try to find one. And lately, the weather's been terrible. But just kind of chips away at that. At the list is just try to get a few. And then of course, that weekend, we should be able to really kind of rock and roll. There's a lot of cool.
Well, that big geo art. That saxophone's pretty cool looking. I looked it up.
Yep.
There's a lot of them out there. So. And do lab caches count? I think they do. They count on your find count, so I think they count.
They count our challenge, hopefully.
Yeah, that's an extra 10 right there. Look at that.
Woohoo!
There we go. So that'll be fun. We'll try to jump on Facebook or Periscope or whatever we can throughout the weekend just for fun.
Yeah, and we've done that before, and I think we've had good success with that. So I'm hoping people will enjoy, even if we don't find anything. It's still fun to to do that. Maybe we'll do it like Craig does, where we'll tell people, all right, should we look over here? Is it in the rock or is it the tree? Put R on the periscope or T, or that's kind of fun. It's like a little game.
Yeah.
Two other megas that Geocache Talk will be at. Zach, our affiliate, Sodak Zach, will be at Moga. So definitely hit him.
He's the only one of us that's going to be at Moga this time.
Yeah, unfortunately, but Geocache Talk will be there.
Yep, that's right.
We're represented. And then, of course, he and I will both be at the Giga.
Yeah, so, no Jesse, unfortunately.
No. People in the were mentioning in the chat room, they were hoping that was the big announcement, was you coming to
I absolutely would, if under any other circumstances, but my daughter's graduating high school that same day. So obviously family trumps everything. So even if it was like the next day, we'd all fly out together, but it's the same day and time,
same exact time,
1,000 miles away. So
yeah, it's not even
an impossibility.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss the first and maybe only ever Giga in America. Oh my gosh,
it's rough. But you're not really well, you've chased cache. We've all chased cache types a little bit.
Yeah, I'm definitely anyone I can possibly get. I'm gonna get, and that would be the only one that's really that I don't have so far, other than the Ape cache, which I'm gonna go get.
Right. Well, yeah, we'll eventually get that.
Yeah.
The Brazil one, maybe. I mean, who knows? But so I got to do a couple quick things that I need to fix from tonight. Let's see if I get it right this time, because I botched his GC name. Xylork 0122. That's my shot at that one. I didn't get to show the coin from for the Texas Mega. So we talked about it before the show, and then after the show, I'm like, hey, I don't think I ever showed the coin to anybody. So we're going to reveal the coin. So here it is. There's the coin.
That is too cool.
Isn't that cool? That's the coin for this year. Is a cowboy hat with a star on it. So I think. Xylork says I got it right. So thank you. It's trackable. In fact, I'll cover up the trackable, but it's like trackable. It's got the little. I don't know if I can get it just right so people can see the bottom of it, but it's got. Now you don't get this I'm sorry. I need to correct again. Another correction. This is for becoming a member of the TXGA. So if you want to become a member of the Texas Geocaching Association, you'll get the hat. So
it's hard to turn down that coin. That's pretty cool.
It is. I mean, that you could just join the TXGA just to get a coin. I mean, that's one way to do it. So
as soon as Christy sees that, I know we're gonna all of a sudden be members of the TXGA.
Yeah. Now now they claim this wasn't true, but I think that this hat is modeled after this hat. If you look at both of them here, you can see. Don't they look? It's got the star on the front. Yeah. It's got the star on the front and everything. So I mean, and this is the hat that Joshua had when he came down and visited and did all his stuff. And of course, what happens is he left it with me, so I'm stuck with it. And I can't wear it on the show because it doesn't fit over my headset. So about as close as it's going to get there, Jesse.
That is a huge hat, though.
It's a fun hat to have to have it, but I can't really wear it. But you get the idea. So anyway, there you go. I think we expended our 0.5 show. I think at this point.
Yeah. Right? So we'll definitely check in a bunch with everybody from the show. I mean, from the event. We're going to try to get all over social media and have a lot of fun checking in. So.
Yep. Well, thanks for joining tonight. Let me tell you about the shows that are upcoming. This Sunday, again, with show 88 with talking about Geo Woodstock with Jesse Tuttle, who was really instrumental in getting Geo Woodstock to a Giga status. And so Jesse will be on the show. A lot of fun talking to him. After that, the next week, show 89, Zodak Zach will be back. I think he's back from Malaysia. And we're going to talk about It's About the Numbers. And so that'll be interesting. Is it about the numbers? Well, maybe, but we're gonna have fun. We're gonna talk about it. It's all about the numbers. And then the week after that, the great container talk debate is going to occur. Show 90. Jesse and I are going to get into a big debate over, probably not that big of a debate, but
Gary's going to argue the wrong point, and then I'll tell everybody the truth.
I love it. So that's right. We're going to get into it and talk about, caches like this one, the little rusty bolt. I mean, that's kind of fun to talk about.
Mhm.
I mean, should we have these? Should we not have these? Do you put a nano in the woods? We'll talk about all that good stuff. So anyway, so hope you enjoyed the 0.5 show tonight. Email us your comments at geocachetalk@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Geocache Talk. Mine's at Gary Slinkard, one word. Jesse's at Memphis_Mafia. And Facebook, facebook.com/Geocache Talk. Show can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, and now on Spotify, as well as the Geocache Talk website. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button below. You can see and hear the show on a weekly basis. And for IB Geocaching was on tonight, and they got their reminder that we were on tonight. So that's the big thing about the subscribe button. Really, it kind of gives you a reminder, and you're like, oh yeah, the show's tonight. So there you go. So until until Sunday, or Saturday, if you want to watch old shows, until Sunday at the same time, don't just talk about geocaching. You need to go geocaching. Good night, everybody.
Good night.